guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Hannah, and today's video, as you can see from the title, is me testing out the new matte base collection by Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty. So as you guys know, or you may not know, as for some reason this launch wasn't as big as their previous foundations, which is okay. I think they now have five foundations. 5 foundations, wow. In a period of a year, they've come out with, or a year and a bit longer than a year, maybe a year, around that time, they've come out with 5 foundations. So they've got the Concealer Define Foundation, they've got the Stick Foundation, they've got the Dropper Foundation, and then they've got the Camouflage Full Coverage Foundation. I love all of them. Honestly, for the drugstore foundations, you can't beat Makeup Revolution. Makeup Revolution, I've loved the brand endlessly, and I will. This video is not sponsored. I bought these products myself, so I'm going to test them out for you guys. So they have launched tons of new products, like their new eye glistens, primers. They've got, like, I think a whole new 6 primers, a black one, a blue one, and they've got like a whole like hydrate, blur, mattify, the whole shebang basically. They've got new powders, new concealers, and a new foundation. Now I know they've classed it as the matte range, so we'll see. I've got like a bunch of stuff here that I'm going to test out for you guys. So yeah, if you want to see my thoughts on the matte base collection by Makeup Revolution, then stay tuned. So first of all, we have the foundation. This is the matte base pore blurring full coverage foundation. Now anything that says pore blurring and full coverage, your girl loves. I got this in the shade F8. I've actually used this before. I've had this on for a period of time, so I can tell you guys my thoughts on the longevity, things like that. This does claim to have a matte finish. It's a liquid foundation. I'm going to go on their website. You can purchase this at Superdrug, and you can purchase this at revolutionbeauty.com. This, as I've said, is called the Revolution Matte Base Foundation. This is what the packaging looks like. I really like this whole square thing. I don't think it gives justice to the actual colour, but I can see where they were going with it. I really like the packaging. So it comes with 28 millilitres of product, or 0.95 fluid ounces of product. This retails for £5 in the UK. I'm not too sure how much in dollars that is. I think the idea with this was because not everyone can do dewy, people want to be able to do matte, so they've brought this beauty out. This foundation offers a mattifying solution for oily, blemish-prone complexions for those who simply prefer a matte finish. It launches in 24 skin true shades. I actually think they have like done justice here. However, the only thing I would say is you might have to shift your shade in this foundation. Now normally I am either an F5 or an F8. My MAC shade is an NC25 to NC27, but I feel in this, like with Makeup Revolution, in the Stick Foundation I'm an F5, and that is a perfect match. And in the Concealer Define I'm an F5, but in the 2 Revolution Pro ranges, the 2 foundations, the Dropper and the Camouflage, I am F8. And this foundation I'm also an F8. It actually matches me pretty well, as you guys will see. I've also picked up a few of their other goodies as well. So we have the Hydrate and Prime primer. Now I'm not really a primer fan. This is what the foundation, this is what the primer looks like. I'm not normally a primer like lover. I don't really go for primers. However, I looked at it and I thought, you know what, why not? Because as much as I don't like it, for my viewers, I've got to try it out. I've got to tell you. Now I'm going to tell you the truth. I've tried loads of primers and it sort of put me in this position where I was like, they're not really doing much for me. However, now this isn't just because I love Makeup Revolution, this is just me being generally honest with you guys. These 2 primers here, I would recommend every single one of you getting. Even if you've got dry skin, even if you've got oily skin, even if you've got normal skin. My skin is normal to combination. These 2 primers I live by. This is the Superfruit Extract Antioxidant Serum and Primer by Revolution Skincare. This is incredible, but also this is really nice. Like, it actually does the job of hydrating. Now I will say, before I even put on the foundation and before I even show you guys, these 2 I would 100% recommend getting together, because even if you have oily skin, dry skin, whatever, if you want to have a matte primer, if you've got oily skin, then do so, but you won't really need to because it's a matte foundation. However, if you don't like that matte feel, it's okay. Using this primer will really plump up the skin and allow you to have more of a natural finish, more than a matte finish, if you get what I mean. You can get the whole base range. Now I did get the matte base concealer, full coverage concealer, and I got 2 powders. They're new powders, these 2 powders here. The concealer looks like, I got this in the shade C3. I actually am going to tell you the truth here, I haven't used this under my eyes because I don't think it's a concealer that you need under your eyes. I haven't asked the Revolution team if that's so. I'm just taking it off of the bat. I personally think that this concealer it's like a stick concealer. I honestly think, and I've tried this on blemishes, this is a blemish concealer. If you have a lot of blemishes, for example, can you see this ugly one here? Look, I'm proud of it. I haven't had a spot in a long time. But anywho, this spot right here, I had it yesterday and it was raw, like it was red raw. It was huge, it was disgusting. I put this over, I dabbed it on my finger because it's unhygienic to put it on the actual stick. I dabbed it on my finger, I put it on I've got pigment all over me, I dabbed it on the spot, put my foundation on, it covered it. So I would definitely say this is more of a blemish concealer than an under eye. I wouldn't advise putting under eye. If you want to try that, fair enough, but I know they do have their new concealer palettes, which I'm going to get hold of as well. So yeah, this is £3. Now they've also come in with powders. These are the matte base powders. I got the shade F1 and F13 for bronzing. This is a beautiful bronzing shade. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I will show you in a mo. So yeah, these are £3 each and they're huge. Like they're really big. So you're going to get a lot for your money. So let's say, for example, you just wanted a full face base wise and you wanted powder, concealer, foundation and contour without highlight. All of this, £14. You can get all of this for £14. You get a base, besides from highlighter, for 14 quid. 14 quid. Brilliant. But this here is the Bacon Blot powder. I got this in lace and I've used it underneath my under eyes before. It's really nice. This is £5. I think it's a great invention, I'll be completely honest. I don't even think you just need a Bacon Blot. Like if you're out one evening or if you're going out for the day and you get oily, you can use that probably. But I actually think if you just want to use this as an under eye powder, this is just as pigmented as the loose powder. I'm going to quickly prime my face. So I'm going to use the Hydrating and Prime Primer by Revolution, as I said. This is just, it's really liquidy. I don't know if you can tell, it's like as thin as water. But I really like it anyway, and it does give you a good base. So I'm just going to put this on both sides of my face. If you guys want to see my reviews on the other primers, such as the Onyx, is it Onyx primer and the blue primer, the new ones, then please let me know. Now the claim that I'm mainly basing this foundation review on today is I want to see if it's actually pore blurring, because it does have, is it glycerin? It does have glycerin and it has some other chemicals in here that are supposed to blow your pores. Now that's just from my chemistry knowledge, because I did study chemistry at A-level. Dimethicone, isododecane, glycerin, pegtet. Yep, I recognise some of these chemicals, and I know some of them are for pore blurring. So I'm really interested to see if it does. It's definitely got a tacky feel, like as you can see. So we're just going to dive in. I'm going to quickly pull up my sleeves, a little bit on my hand and swatch it for you. Okay, so this here is the shade F8. Which looks pretty good match. I'm going to swatch F5 for you in the stick foundation, just so you guys can have a little bit of a reference. Okay, so here we have F5 in the stick foundation and F8 in the new matte foundation. Before I quickly put on foundation, I am just going to quickly conceal these spots that I have right here. This is see-through, and I'm just going to pat this onto the spot, just as if you was just going to conceal it. Just going to do little motions like this. I'm going to just start to blend this in with my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, and we're going to see what the coverage is like. Well, I already know what it's like, but I'm just going to show you guys. Do you see how well it's concealed my spot already? Like, it's the concealer and the foundation combo are really nice together. It blends really quickly. It doesn't have a scent. If I was to say it had a scent, it'd probably just be like a really fresh scent. Obviously, on top of these bits where I have put the concealer, you are gonna want to pat over that. Don't swipe, because then you'll be taking off the concealer. Okay, so I have blended in the foundation. As you can see, you can really see that that spot is covered. Like, obviously you can still see the spot is there, but it's covered sort of thing. So I'm happy with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off camera, I'm going to conceal, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. But first of all, as you can see, it's giving me a flat, flawless canvas. It's definitely, I'd say it's more on a full medium to full coverage. You could probably build this up even more. I do understand what it means by it's full coverage. I can still see a little bit of my old scarring there, but that's fine, I don't really mind that. But this is definitely a high medium to full coverage foundation. Okay, so I have concealed. I'm now going to powder. I'm going to powder using the Bake and Blot powder by Revolution. I'm going to use the shade Lace, as you guys can probably tell. So I'm mainly just trying to powder my under eyes and my forehead, like my T-zone. And then I'm going to go in with the matte powder and just set the rest of my face. I don't even think it needs to be set, but it's good to just do it anyway. The base powder. What I will say is I found with these powders, they're quite good coverage. Like, they do add a little bit of coverage, so I don't want to go too heavy with the P1, just because I know it will brighten my skin a little bit. So I'm just taking the P1 shade and just setting anywhere that I think will get oily, because I don't want to use the Bake and Blot powder around those areas. I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I think the base so far looks pretty good. Now the bronzer I'm going to be using, which is like one of my, I'm now in love with this, is the another Revolution matte base powder, but this is in the shade P13. This is just a gorgeous bronzing shade. I am going to go in and bronze. I need a bronzing brush. I'm just going to take the Revolution bronzing brush. I love Revolution brushes. Just going to take this and start to, right, we need a bit of colour back in the face, so I'm just going to start to bronze. Now this is what I'm liking about their range, is that it's multi-purpose. So these powders don't just need to be for your under eyes, they can be for bronzing. So if you've got like the F8 and the F13 like foundation stick to bronze with, you could probably go in with the powder on top to set it, and it will look really lovely on. Like, I just think it's a really nice bronzer shade for me. It's got a little bit of a red undertone, but I don't mind that, because it sort of just brings a little bit more warmth back to my face. And this blends really easily. It's extremely pigmented and it blends really easy. For £3, I was gobsmacked when I first used this. I was like, wow, like, you know when you can just tell when you first use a powder you're gonna love it? Like, that was me. I was like, wow, okay. So I have contoured and done all of that. Now I'm going to go into setting quickly. Now I'm just going to use my favourite setting spray, again from Makeup Revolution. I know Makeup Revolution are not watching, but if you are, like, that would be a dream. Please do this in a bigger size. It might be difficult, I'm sorry, but I go through these like nobody's business. Now, if I was to use this, I would 100% use this on clients. I would advise everyone to get this. This is a hyaluronic fixing spray. I need this in, you know, the new glowy ones. The ones that are £10, the Revolution ones are sprays that are like glowy for your skin. In that size, but for this, like, I just need it. Like, I love it so much. So I'm just going to spray my face and set it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the rest of my face and I will come back to you guys with my final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back. I've finished my face. Doesn't my skin just look flawless, may I do say myself? Like, I don't want to sound big-headed, but I feel really good. Like, I generally feel really good about myself. I feel the foundation just looks gorgeous on. The highlight I'm using, for those that are going to ask, because you guys know I'm like I love to glow. Like, I don't care if it's in your face. Like, I just love it. Honestly, I think if I was to ever collab on a product or something like that, or create my own, it'd have to be a highlighter. Like, please. Obviously I love eyeshadow, but highlighter, I just, oh, love it. I'm using the Living My Best Life Brilliance highlighter palette by Beauty Bay. I'm just using this shade right here in Radiant. Love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, this is £12. Anyways, that wasn't sponsored. For £14 of a base, besides from concealer, you are getting a flipping good deal. Like, the foundation's £5. £5. £5. Definitely adjust the feel of the foundation. So if you want more of a less of a matte base, where a primer, the primer goes beautifully underneath. Like, there's no dry patches, it's not clung. I've noticed, I don't know if you can see, my pores have blurred. Now the primer's not meant to do that, but the foundation has definitely blurred my skin. I've got a bit of patch of eyeshadow on there as well. But yeah, it's definitely blurred my pores. The only thing I will say that I'm not a fan of the foundation is around the areas of my lips, get eczema around the corners. It does look a little bit extra and a bit more enhanced. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. So you can obviously see those areas. So it does, if you've got intensely dry skin, I probably wouldn't advise you to get this unless you really heavily moisturize it. Probably, yeah. If you've got oily skin, you're gonna do well. Like, you're gonna be living your best life. The powders, I think out of everything, don't get me wrong, I love the foundation. The powders I am living for. I've never found a brand to come out of powders this good. Now, drugstore powders, I've never been a fan of. Like, originally when their loose powders came out in banana, wasn't a fan of it, but I thought, do you know what, you have to give products a second chance. When I tried it, people, love it. The loose powders are amazing. The bacon block powders are really, really nice. It looks really, really nice on my under eye. If you want to see what concealer I'm using, then stay tuned for that, because that will be my next video. But yeah, like, the powders, the contour powder is just everything. Like, I don't even think I'll be using anything else now. I've got like my MAC bronzer and Give Me Sun, just beating that. Like, I think for £3 is £3, people. Three flipping pounds. Sorry if you can hear that, my brothers are playing, like, my brothers are watching the footy. I think so far, like, this is an absolutely amazing product, or amazing launch. Once again, Makeup Revolution have smashed it. Well done, you guys are absolutely amazing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comment section. I'll be happy to get back to you. Also, if you want to know what my continuous thoughts are in the future, just head over to my Instagram, which is at hanstluce. I am always active on there, so please feel free to just send me a DM, send me a comment, message, whatever. I always get back to you guys, because you guys mean the absolute world to me. So I love all of you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. And if you're new here and you're new to my channel, I would love if you could subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell, because I do videos. I'm trying to get back into it regularly. I'm trying to hopefully do even 4 times a week now, where I'm just constantly reviewing stuff. I love reviews. I love trying stuff for you guys. So yeah, if you want to stay tuned for that, then please hit the subscribe button. And I love all of you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!